Hi parents. If your child melts down after they have to put down a screen, the problem may not just be the screen, but it could be the switch from high stimulation to low stimulation. Welcome to From the Teacher's Desk. I'm a special education teacher with 3 master's degrees and a medical background, and I share parent and teacher-friendly strategies to support learning and behavior in neurodiverse kids. Today we're talking about screens and sleep, but not in a judgmental way. Screens have become part of modern family life. They can be entertaining, they can be calming, they can be educational, and they can be the thing that gets us through a really long day. But screens also affect sleep in neurodiverse kids. And the problem is not just the blue light, but it's the high stimulation they get from it. It's being able to transition to other activities once they put it down, and it affects the brain's ability to switch off at the end of the day. Let's get started. Screens are powerful things. Screens have been designed to hold attention. They offer fast feedback, bright visuals, sound, movement, novelty, choice. For a child with ADHD, this high level of stimulation can feel very calming. For a child with anxiety, looking at a screen may be a distraction from all their worries. For a child who's had a socially or academically demanding day, looking at a screen may feel like an escape. So when you say turn it off, it's not just stopping an activity, but it feels like you are removing a very powerful calming and regulating tool. And this is why the reaction can sometimes be so big. The challenge comes at night because sleep asks the brain to do the opposite of what screens do. Screens say, respond, react, watch, keep clicking, keep going. Sleep asks the body to be still, to let go, to remain calm, and to stop responding. This is a very, very big shift. And for many neurodiverse kids, the problem is not that they're addicted or they're spoiled. The problem is that their brains have been highly activated, and now we're asking it to suddenly slow down. Screen transitions are especially hard because they involve a few difficult things at once. Children have to stop an activity that they prefer doing. They have to move from high stimulation to low stimulation, and they have to face the next demand, which could be brushing their teeth, putting on pajamas, and going to bed. And this is why when children are watching a screen, they may seem fine. But the minute they put it down, everything falls apart. And this meltdown may not be only about the screen, but it could be about what is coming next after they put down the screen. Instead of suddenly taking screens away, what you could do is to build a landing strip. A landing strip is a calm activity that takes place after screens and before bed. Examples could be having a really nice snack, having a relaxing bubble bath, some quiet Lego time, reading a book together, or listening to a favorite song. This landing strip helps the brain to gradually calm down, because the goal is not just to remove the screen and go to bed, but to replace the attention that the screen was providing. Here are 3 practical boundaries that could help. Firstly, determine the ending time before starting to watch. For example, you can say, you can watch 1 episode and then it's time to take a shower and go to bed. Secondly, you can have a determined amount of time set on a visual or external timer, and that reduces the feeling that the parents are trying to control the situation. And thirdly, you can make the next step after the screens as low demand and predictable as possible. Try not to go from screens to a difficult task if you can avoid it. And please remember that some children do need a gap of time between screens and going to bed, but be really realistic about the amount of time they need and support them through it. Screens are not the enemy, but unsupported transitions from screens to sleep can cause real problems. So instead of asking, how can I stop the screen battles, you could ask, what job is a screen doing for my child? What happens immediately when we turn the screen off? And what gentle activity can I plan for my child to help them calm down before going to sleep? Because when you support this transition, then you reduce the battles. Thank you for joining me here from the teacher's desk. Next week, we will be talking about anxiety, worries, and why bedtime makes it all worse. See you then.